Part 2. Sorry about that. I had a phone call from my mom, so I had to take it. Talking about it again as far as public play, and the fact that, you know, once she's done the striptease for me and she's down and naked in the nadu position, at that point I'll go behind her and I'll basically pull her hair back and start to nibble on her neck a little bit, make sure that her back is straight and that her breasts are out and her stomach sucked in and her legs are apart, which makes her feel like she's vulnerable, kind of thing. And guaranteed that if you put a slave in that position when you're out at a public event, everybody is watching. Me, I'm very much an exhibitionist. All of the girls that I've had, they're very much exhibitionists as well, and they know that everybody is watching us, kind of thing. So that's a beautiful thing that we have. And at that point, then I'll get her up and I will put her on, you know, give her a kiss, assure her how beautiful she is, how happy I am to be with her. And at that point, we'll put her on a cross or the bench or you know, suspension, whatever kind of thing, and we'll start to play. But that's a ritual that we have. If you are kinky and you go out to play parties, how often have you seen it where people go out the front and they're just tossing off their clothes and snap them up on the thing and they start playing? Like, there's no chemistry, there's no dance, whatever. With my girls, kind of thing, and with me, this is just as much for me as it is with the girls. It sets us apart, and it's something that they look forward to because they know that they are making me happy. They know that they are being pleasing to me. They know that it's something that I do enjoy, and that's a beautiful thing as well. So that's basically the majority of the ones that I have. So basically we have, as far as asking before they eat or before they go to the washroom or have to leave to go out for a smoke or whatever. Nadu position when they go to bed. Towel service, it doesn't matter in private or in public kind of things, they could do that kind of things. Even if you're out at a family kind of thing, it's not that big of a deal. It's not a big elaborate thing. Oh, one other thing I should as well, when we're out at a restaurant or whatever and I'll order a drink and the drink comes, is that, you know, having the girl basically take the glass and take the bottle and basically, master, may I pour your drink? Fairly simple. She could do that. She pours the drink and hands it to me. It's not an elaborate thing where it's like a 5-minute ordeal where she's kissing the rim of the cup and she's on the ground holding it up, and it's like, you can do that at a Boston Pizza, you can do that anywhere, and nobody will really pay attention. I remember one time I was with a girl and we were out at Boston Pizza, and it was the same evening. It happened twice. There was an elderly couple in their 70s were in a booth across from us, and she said, may I pour your drink? And she took the glass and she took the bottle of beer and she started pouring it, and the wife nudged the husband, and they were in their 70s kind of thing, nudged the husband, and they both looked over and a big smile on their face. They weren't kinky, but they came from that era where those things were normal, and you know, and so basically just nodded at them and we smiled and back and forth. There's a manager at the Boston Pizza as well, and this was up in Waterloo, is that we've gone there regularly kind of things, you know, usually once a month, a couple of times a month or whatever we would go. And at the one point he decided he was going to play a trick on the girl. So waitress came, got the order, everything else, and he brought out the glass and the bottle of beer himself, and basically, you know, wouldn't let her have it kind of thing. And he poured it himself and handed it to me, and he goes and then looked at her and said, did I do it right? And he had this big smile on his face, kind of, he's being very mischievous. But the girl, she wasn't impressed because she was just like, but that's my job, and it was a funny thing. So yeah, rituals are important, protocols are important, and these are just some of the ones that I enjoy, that I always incorporate into any relationship that I have with a girl. It's well known throughout the local community here, both in the kink community and within the Gorian community, that if a girl's with me, these things are going to happen. And it always opens eyes, and it also is helpful to younger couples that are just starting out and they're not sure what they want to have in their own relationships. But to be able to show them something very simple, that's not complicated, that's not this big elaborate, you know, stagecraft thing, but just something very simple. Sometimes, you know, young new couples, they'll take some of those things and they'll incorporate that into their own relationships, and that's very important. So anyhow, thank you very much for watching day 4, and hopefully you guys have had a great weekend. Take care.